What would you say if I told you that you can travel the Maldives on a budget? I'm here to tell you, you can. But the question is, how much does a budget Maldives trip cost? And is it even worth it? After landing, it was straight to our private boat so that we could make our way to our floating bungalow right over the ocean. But then I remembered, that's not the trip we're on today. So we waited for the group boat to leave, and about 4 hours later, plus a 30-minute detour, that brings us to this point. Welcome to Mafushi. Hey, what's up? Where I got some sand, I got a big Mafushi sign, and we're making our way over to our hotel. Baby, tell us about the look.
Look is the most premium travel brand out there. We're
pretty battered. It's been 2 days of travel, but what can you expect? Getting to a remote island, it's gotta take a little effort to be truly appreciated.
Well deserved.
Are those dolphins? I heard we'd see dolphins on a tour. All right, we have an early 7 a.m. wake-up call and not enough hours ahead of us, so I'll see you tomorrow. Welcome to Maldives on a budget. It is day one and we are here in beautiful Mafushi. It's basically this little tiny strip of land with a few hotels, few restaurants, and a lot of beautiful blue water. Thank you. All right, time to go explore what is off the shore. That rhymes. Did you hear my rhyme?
You're so good. You're a poet and you didn't even know it.
We are getting those Maldives blue right now. It is so stunning. The sun is out, got the different hues from the deep dark blues all the way to like the light, what's the light blue called?
Azul.
Azul blue.
Honestly, the sky and the ocean are just meshing into one.
That's true.
Like you can't even tell which one is which right now.
And just a few minutes into our tour, we saw this huge pod of dolphins.
I'm seeing dolphins!
We've seen dolphins, we've seen a few eagle rays, and now we're here at Shark Point. I just realized why it's Shark Point. There's sharks. Lots of them. Wow, these are big nurse sharks. Holy.
The biggest ones we've ever seen.
Yeah, these are the biggest I've ever seen.
We saw some in the Bahamas and they were not as big as this.
There we have the shark whisperer. What are we feeding today? What's on the menu?
With this tuna.
Ah, we got some tuna. No wonder they're excited. I hope you're saving some for us. Oh, wow. Man has found his natural place, unfazed and in his zone. Are you doing it?
I would not.
Run away to your escape.
They might not prefer eating humans, but don't be disillusioned. They are meat eaters and they got some serious teeth. They warned us that they can't see what's in front of them, so you gotta keep your fingers like this, because otherwise, they don't mean to eat your fingers, but you know, they can't see.
Run away, run away, run away, run away, run away, run away.
So we're parking the boat, a very much needed lunch break, so excited to eat. And we're headed on to this little tiny local island to go find some food.
I'm starving. We haven't had anything.
I am
We've been
hangry, I'm
fasting.
borderline hangry.
Yeah, same. If you don't make it in time, I might eat you.
Pancake puppies! Oh my god!
Look at that.
What the hell? The manta rays went for those sardines or those little tiny fish. They all went ballistic. Oh my god, a crane. Look at it. So I've told you, you don't need a lot of money to travel the Maldives. We got here for about 150 bucks. We got to Mafushi Island for about another $30. This tour is $60 a person. And that includes the lunch we're about to go eat, all these incredible experiences. This is a really good value day trip. I have to say, I'm very impressed. This is pretty dope.
Nice.
So what do we have, chef?
It's a mixed salad.
Mixed salad. Very nice. Clearly he's not the chef. And what do we have over here?
We have fresh tuna.
They didn't embellish it enough. This is Maldivian tuna, freshly caught. One of the drawbacks of the Maldives, as I've heard, is that food can be a bit challenging in certain places. It's a country of islands. There's only so much they can grow, which means a lot of stuff has to be imported. It can be hard to get it fresh. It can be very expensive to import, but the blessing is you're surrounded by a whole lot of fish, and today we're eating some of that tuna. It's good. Very good. You guys are awesome.
Thanks.
All right, now it looks like the Maldives screensaver. Sand is so white and bright, I can't see. What little I see is blue. So beautiful, but man, I need sunglasses. Woo. And our last paradise of the stop. Can you believe how far $60 goes? Oh my gosh, man. You guys are the value kings.
Our last stop of the day was here, this wild spit of land in the middle of nowhere.
Bikini pics for your girlfriend because you're a boyfriend of Instagram.
Not all heroes wear capes, but sometimes when us Instagram boyfriends are out in the sun too long, sometimes we do.
At some point or another, we've all dreamed of washing ashore on an island like this. Everywhere you look, perfect white sand and crystal clear water. Our day trip with Shadow Palm Tours was worth every single dollar, and they made the first day in the Maldives absolutely epic. Whenever I travel, I always try to see the country through the eyes of a local, and so I reached out to a super talented local filmmaker by the name of Assad.
So Assad looked at me, he's like, why'd you go to Mafushi? It's a bit touristy. It's not the hidden gem. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. It seems like it's the Cancun of Maldives. It's got a little bit of a beach vibe. You can still get the sense that you are on one of the beautiful islands of the Maldives, but you also have a lot of businesses, restaurants, hotels. They're even starting to build some tall ones. You can see actually one right there. And so you might lose a little bit of that as I speak, literally tells my story for me. You might lose a little bit of the Maldivian charm that you might have saw on Instagram or dreamed in your dreams, but it's still got some charm to it. I mean, look at these little alleyways. Let's go check out this restaurant. We were told to come here to Maldives. Wait, you got this for me? Wow, that is so sweet, man. You are literally a send from heaven. I lost my shirt on the tour. You're not supposed to wear bikinis walking around, as we learned, and nor should I be like this. This is fresh. Man, that's really kind of you. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. We are trying some local Maldivian food. Chapati, one of the best things in the world. So this is a chicken curry. Whoa, that is good. Oh my god. So Assad was just telling me the Maldivian language, Di Vehi, is actually rooted from Sri Lankan language. And Maldivian food comes from India and Sri Lanka. And our next trip is actually to Sri Lanka. Getting a little preview of what's to come. After about an hour of swapping stories and learning about life in the Maldives, Assad had to run to go catch the last ferry of the day. But he promised to someday show us the hidden side of the Maldives. I know we'll be back for it. To end our day, we relaxed in Mafushi at this super cool restaurant called Moonlight, right next door to our hotel. And Ruby and I were pretty exhausted, so we headed back for an early night. Let me show you what $75 or so gets you a night. This is Mamadi. It's where we checked in last night. As far as budget accommodations go, it's got all my needs met. Warm water, a reasonable amount of space, super nice staff, and it's super close to the jetty where you catch your boat to go out on day trips, and right next door to Moonlight. So end of day one, or at least the full day, and I will say, Maldives on a budget, it's actually pretty dope. I'm having a really good time, but I'll tell you what's not having a great time. It's trying to run a business from Maldives on a budget. The internet has been really tough, pretty much from the moment we got to the airport all the way through to Mafushi. In the meantime though, I'm gonna hope for some better Wi-Fi in the lobby. Spoiler, it wasn't any better in the lobby, and it pretty much wouldn't get any better across the Maldives. Not so sure this is a country for digital nomads, at least not yet. The next day, we boarded another boat, but this time to scuba dive a place we had been told was one of the world's best. It is time to go and do one of the world-class dive sites just below us right now. How do you feel?
Excited because we're supposed to see a ton of manta rays and some sharks, so let's hope for the best.
I gotta say it, diving the Maldives blew me away. For just $45 per dive, including the rental gear, we swam with thousands of fish, sharks, mantas, turtles, you name it. My mind was blown.
I just had one of the best dives of my life. And after a cold streak, like having a few dives in a row where things went badly, eardrums, equipment, this was everything I wanted and more. I just had one of the best dives ever. We were just like coasting and hanging out with the mantas.
That was literally one of the top incredible dives that I've ever done in my life.
One of the things that was the funniest part of that dive was the way down. We met some really sweet friends.
They just kept eating my hair.
No,
they kept eating me.
They were like pulling her hair.
As I looked around at the floating hotels that cost thousands of dollars a night, I couldn't help but think how many people have talked themselves out of going to the Maldives because they believe this is the only way to do it. Here I was, spending just about $100 a day and having the time of my life. There's a budget-friendly side to the Maldives that few people are talking about. But we were just getting started, and it was time to leave Mafushi and to see what else the Maldives had to offer.
Shuttle back to Malé Airport, $25. And welcome to Malé. This is the capital of the Maldives. It's literally a city on an island. It's kind of interesting. How did you like Mafushi?
I enjoyed the activities.
Yes.
The island, you know, I'm not gonna lie, it's not the most picturesque paradise island, but it got the job done. I had the world-class activities and I experienced it, but I'm ready to go somewhere where I feel like I'm actually like in bliss.
Mafushi is a great option for people on a budget, but it's not going to give you that stereotypical blue water Maldivian beach getaway, but it gets you close to it. But what if I told you that boat right here is going to take us somewhere where we have all those benefits, but at a somewhat affordable price tag? Well, that is, that's what's happening. We're getting on the boat. Next stop, a private island without the private island price tag. Now you're probably wondering, big boat, blue water, suspended platforms, how much is this gonna cost? I'll tell you, you'll be very surprised. Good morning, guys, and we've made it to an absolute paradise. This right here is Bandos Island, and I want to show you guys, depending on your priorities, you can find yourself on a private island, well, shared with a few other hotel guests, but a beautiful, epic island for an incredibly good price. So, let me see if anyone's home. Room service.
Come in.
Hi, baby. This right here is our room. Give us a little tour. Won't take us long.
Okay, well, come here.
Yeah.
This is my very comfy bed.
It is comfy.
A nice working fan up there.
It does work.
Where I can do my makeup.
Yep.
You
Big
know,
mirror.
Look at myself, get ready for the day.
This is where I do my makeup.
And closet.
Closet.
Bathroom. I love the color. I love the color.
It actually is really nice. Yeah. And this right here, this is why we left Mafushi. This is the kind of private beach that you get with one of the many hotels and resorts in the Maldives. So basically, you come to a private island, you got your accommodation, could be beachfront, could be waterfront, or it could be in the jungle. There was nothing like this in Mafushi.
No, it's a completely different experience. You literally feel like you're the only one besides a few other guests on these islands.
They said it's high occupancy, but honestly, I don't feel it. There's not that many people walking around, so that's a really positive thing.
I want to stay here. I want to stay here. I don't want to go anywhere.
What if I told you that to stay on this island, it can cost you as little as $200 a night? But there is a catch. If you're on an island, when it comes to your food and your activities, prices are going to go up and there's nothing you can do about it. Our dinner last night was about $50 and we didn't even have a drink. This thing right here is $14. What that really means is your housing might be kind of like subsidized, a little bit cheaper, but you're gonna end up paying more for things like food, diving. The good news is you don't need to have dessert. You don't need to have a coconut. You can do it more affordably. We just paid $10 for a coconut on a tropical island. My God, they're printing gold here. That is crazy. That took me, honestly, for a bit of a loop there. I was not expecting that bill to be so high. But here I am, still at the end of the day saying, I think it's worth it because of this. These are the reasons you come to the Maldives. You don't get that feeling in Mafushi. You don't get that tropical escape. For me, one of the solutions actually is the combination of the two. It gives you the ability to have your cheaper activities outside of resorts and then be able to stay in a resort to get the beautiful beach.
It's not a bad call.
That's not a bad call, is it?
Yeah, that's a good way to save money.
That's a good way, hey?
Yeah, good job, baby.
Thanks so much, appreciate that.
That's why you subscribe.
Please help me pay off that coconut. Wow, absolutely incredible. Look at this. Good evening. Do you guys do Aperol Spritz? Oh, that's the man right there. Yalapa.
Yes.
The end to a truly beautiful day here in the Maldives, but we have something very special in store for tomorrow. You didn't think we'd leave the Maldives without doing this, did you? You now know that you can do the Maldives on a budget. You can do it for $100 a day. You can have incredible experiences out at sea. You can scuba dive in these world-class dive sites. But for some of you that are watching this thinking, I can't go to the Maldives without experiencing that overwater bungalow, well, Neither could we. I wanted to have at least one day where I could say I experienced this. And while we've definitely now departed from the affordable price tag, this is on the more affordable end of overwater bungalows. And I want to show you guys what $720 gets you per night. So we're still here on the Bandos Island, and this is our beautiful room for this final epic day in the Maldives. It's so nice, white, bright, airy, but check this out. Right out on the water, our own little private plunge pool. The most epic thing about this room is that you are just steps away from being right in there with the marine life. We have seen dozens of stingrays. We've seen all these little baby sharks chasing a school of fish. It's like planet Earth right out in front of us, and that's been pretty epic. I just ordered myself a bit of food to the room, and this is where you're gonna find us for the remainder of our trip. I gotta say, this trip has kind of blown me away. I had been told Maldives didn't have to be expensive, but I didn't expect to enjoy myself on a budget. My takeaway after this trip is that Mafushi is going to be the place to go if you're on a tight budget. There's cheaper accommodations, and the food and the activities are going to be much cheaper. But if you're on a tighter budget and you still want that private beach resort experience, it doesn't have to be so expensive. The Maldives can be affordable, and that's really cool. From the people, the blue water, the marine life, I would say this is a place you should visit. Let's get lost again in the next one.